Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Paola Andrea, and here on this channel, we focus on people, leadership, and the tools that help leaders bring out the best in themselves and their team. Today, I'm really excited because I have a special guest with me, which is the development coach, Monica Drage Bergli. Monica, she is a highly experienced development coach who has dedicated her career to help leaders grow, both personally and professionally. She works with leaders and teams to unlock their potential, build confidence, and create meaningful change. She is also a certified neurocoach, and she's also certified by the International Coaching Federation. Monica has also many years of leadership experience herself, and she brings strong expertise in people management from different companies. With this background, she now helps leaders strengthen their resilience, manage stress, and develop greater awareness in their leadership. Monica, it's a real pleasure having you here today. Welcome.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here.
Great. So let's start with the basics here, Monica. What is really resilience? How do you define resilience as a leader?
That is a very good question. And for me, I define resilience as a leader's ability to stay stable and focused during difficult times while helping their teams navigate through challenges. And I think a resilient leader has three key qualities. First, they have strong self-regulation and they can manage their own emotion under pressure, so they think more clearly and make good decisions. And second, they are adaptable. When plans don't work, they change course quickly instead of sticking to something that isn't working. And third, they keep focus on people. Even when they are stressed, they prioritize supporting and guiding their team. And what really separates truly resilient readers from others is that they see setbacks as opportunities to become stronger, both for themselves and their organizations. And I think resilience isn't something you just have, it is something you can develop like a muscle. So for me, it's not about falling, but about learning, adjusting, and creating safety for others because you learn to create that safety within yourself first.
That's really insightful, Monica. But to make it more concrete, do you have any examples of leaders who have navigated challenging situations by using their resilience? Maybe you could share how that plays out in practice.
Yes. One senior leader I coach went through a major restructuring in the company, and the pressure was very high. And instead of hiding his stress, he was transparent with his team and admitted the uncertainty in the company, but still shared a clear vision of the way forward. And that honesty gave people trust and steadiness, even in the middle of the chaos. And another leader I work with carried huge responsibilities while she also grieving personal loss. And her resilience was not about ignoring her pain, but about sharing it wisely, asking for support, delegating. And by doing that, she showed her team that resilience isn't it's not about being invincible. It's about being real and still moving forward together. For me, those examples remind me that resilience in practice is not perfection, it's presence. It's the ability to stay grounded, to adapt, and to let both strength and vulnerability lead the way.
Thank you, Monica. Um, as you also know, many leaders struggles with stress on a daily basis. What do you see as the most important stress management strategies for leaders? And how can this be used to build resilience over time?
Hmm. One of the most important things I've learned is that resilience starts with the body and not the brain. A lot of leaders try to control stress by thinking harder, planning more, or pushing feelings down. But real strength comes when you help your body feel safe first. And something as simple as a deep breath, a yawn, or grounding your feet tells your nervous system, hey, we are okay now. It's safe here. And then your thoughts get clearer, your decisions get better. It's also about how you relate to your emotions. Many people say, I'm stressed, I'm anxious, I'm worried. And when you talk like that, your body believes this is who you are. Instead, you can say, stress is showing up right now, or there's some anxiety or some worry here. And that small shift creates space between you and the feeling. Think of it this way: you are the sky, and emotions are like clouds passing through. You are always bigger than the clouds. And some days they are heavy and dark, and some days they are light and bright. But none of them stay there forever. And when a cloud or a feeling is showing up, the first step is simply to give it words like, right now I feel tension in my chest, or I'm notice some worry. Naming the feeling helps your brain process in a softer way. And next, you can ask yourself, what is this feeling telling me? Maybe it's pointing to stress, lack of rest, or something you've been carrying inside. And when you find some meaning, the emotion feels less threatening and it starts to make sense. And finally, the third step is to allow the feeling, to say, it's okay that I feel this right now. I don't have to fight it. It's welcome into my body. And that acceptance creates space for you as well. And just like the clouds, the feeling will eventually move on. So when you name the feeling, understand it, um, and accept it, the intensity goes down and the emotion becomes information instead of a threat. So over time, this small practice create a deep inner steadiness. And when leaders live this way, they don't just manage their own stress, they create a ripple of calm and clarity that makes the whole team stronger.
I find that really interesting because stress and resilience are often connected to what you're talking about, self awareness. So let me ask, how can leaders work on developing self awareness? And how is that connected to both stress management and resilience?
I think self awareness is the foundation of both stress management and resilience because you can't change what you're not aware of. And many leaders are on autopilot. They react fast, push harder, and don't realize the default mode network is running old patterns in the background. And one of the simplest way to grow self-awareness is what I call land, recharge, and lift. And we can start with land, and we have to start with land or grounding. And this means stopping for a moment and noticing, where am I right now? What is happening in my body? What do I hear? What do I see? What do I taste? What do I feel? And maybe you feel tension in your shoulders or your mind is running or racing. And landing is about coming back to the present moment instead of running on autopilot. Because so often we live too much in our head, thinking, planning, over analyzing while we disconnect from the body because it feels slower or inconvenient. But the body is not slowing you down, it's guiding you. And when you reconnect your head and your body, you come back to balance. And then you have recharge. And before you can recharge, you have to land or ground yourself. And once you landed, do something small that gives you energy back. Take 3 deep breaths, stretch your arms, grab a glass of water, step outside for a minute. It doesn't have to be a big thing, but it's about telling your body that you are safe and allowed to reset. And one of the most powerful ways to recharge is to force 3 to 5 yawns. Stretch your arms, open your mouth the way you do when you're yawning, and even make the sound. It might feel a little strange at first, but yawning is one of the fastest and most effective ways to calm the nervous system and bring back energy. And I think, imagine if everyone did this just twice during a workday. I think the whole atmosphere would lift, and we would have leaders who have energy when they're walking home. And then we have lift. Lifting is about moving forward with clarity instead of reacting from stress. Is the shift where your brain starts to think more clearly, you become more creative, and solution feels closer. And after you recharge, choose one clear step. Maybe it is sending that email, having a difficult conversation, or simply deciding to slow your pace. And when leaders practice this rhythm, pause, reset, move, they don't just manage stress. They lead with sharper focus, steadier energy, and a presence that lifts everyone around them. And I think that awareness is what turns stress into growth instead of burnout.
Thank you, Monica. Finally, resilience is not only needed in crisis situations. How can leaders continuously develop and strengthen their resilience even when everything seems stable?
Resilient isn't built when bad stuff is happening. It's built in the quiet times before things get crazy, I think. Um, and I like to think about it like getting in shape. You don't start working out the day you need to run a marathon. You build that strength with the small things you do every day. And for me, there are 3 main areas. And the first is separating who I am from what I do. I remind myself that my worth isn't about whether this project succeed or if I answer every email right away. And when I really feel that, not just think it, but I embody it, something shifts. And if you don't remember anything about what I've been talking about, remember this: separating who you are from what you do. And second, shaping my inner dialogue, because the word we talk to ourselves, they matters. If my inner voice says, I can't handle this, or I'm already behind, or I can't do this, I'm afraid, my body reacts with more stress. But when I shift the language to, this is a challenge, but I can take one step at a time, my nervous system calms down and I stay resourceful. The third is building resilience through daily routine. For me, that means simple things like starting the morning with a cold shower to reset my system. It's moving my body through training or walking in the nature. It's reading something that feeds my mind and making space for real downtown without screens, maybe the hardest one. And these may sound small, but they are deposits into my resilience bank. They keep my body and mind flexible. So when challenges come, I'm not starting from zero. I already have the strength, the clarity, and calmness to draw from. I think the key is consistency, these small daily choices, how you talk to yourself, whether you pause to reset, whether you ask for help, they all add up.
Monica, thank you so much for sharing your great insights today. Before we wrap up, I'd love to give you a chance to tell our viewers where they can learn more about you and your work as a leadership and development coach.
Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn, Monica Drage Bergli, and my website. Maybe we can put it out here afterwards because it's utviklingscoach.no.
Monica, it has been truly inspiring to hear your perspective on resilience, stress management, and leadership. If you found this conversation valuable, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future interviews and leadership insights. A big thank you again, Monica, for joining us, and thank you to all of you viewers for supporting the channel.